This is Monty with Bill Brothers. Started my digital inspection for a realtor in the Escondido area. And for these inspections, we always like to start underneath the eaves, just get an idea of the condition of the wood. The eaves consist of, we have the fascia, we have the rafters, and then we have the starter boards. This eave is actually boxed in, so you can't really see what's going on under there, but we do see some dry rot under here. So it looks like a little bit of water damage got soaked into the wood. And we also have termite damage along this, all along here. You can see that on the rafter tail, and same thing on the starter boards. And I want to spend a little bit more time underneath the eaves on this one because there's genuine installation errors I'm seeing. So we have the fascia on this one. Something I notice is you can see the difference between the two fascias. This one is a lot thicker, right? Over an inch, and then this one is about half an inch. So typically we're going to use this for the fascia, not this smaller piece. And then something I noticed on the drip edge is that metal flashing that goes along the perimeter, and it's designed to mitigate water anytime it rains so it doesn't soak into that fascia board and cause dry rot, or wood rot, excuse me. And we see the drip edge is actually kicked in, so it's behind the fascia. So it's not really doing much as far as mitigating any water from soaking into that wood. And we see cracks and openings underneath here as well. This one was actually nailed in to the rafter tail, and this is completely open. So if we get one good gust of wind during a rainstorm, that water is going to go right under there. But moving on, again, along the fascia board, we are seeing a lot of termite damage. Especially on this corner. We see more on this, and we see more underneath here. So what we're looking at here is a flat concrete tile roof. And it looks like this roof was done fairly recently, within the last couple of years. Some telltale signs are the mortar along the ridge line. Those appear to be done recently. One thing we do have, which is a good sign, is we do have adequate spacing along the valleys. So that allows proper drainage. But taking a look at that underlayment, you can see this part. Yeah, it's got a little bit of weathering, but it's not too bad. And then along the back here, we do have quite a bit of replacement tiles put in an inconspicuous spot behind the house. More of that new mortar. And then we have all metal flashings around the penetrations and sealant. We do have attic ventilation, which are these dormer vents, allows the hot air to escape. Again, what we really want to pay attention to is the underlayment, because that's going to be the most important part of a tile roof. That's essentially the waterproofing agent. And on this portion, this is a little bit more smooth. It's not as granular to the touch. So it definitely affects the waterproofing of this. And then we do have modified bitumen torch down on the back here. Looks like this is the original that came with the house. And then something we look for on torch down is at least a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch bleed out. We have a bit of that on here, but not so much on this portion. So just something to note. And then it looks like the patch was done along the perimeter, mainly on the house side, but we have a new torch on this section. And it looks like a lot of mastic repair has been applied to these edges. So that tells me that this part is prone to leaks. So given the condition of this roof, I believe the materials that were used on this re-roof were new. It was done recently, but there's a lot of installation errors that I'm seeing. So that's definitely concerning, especially if the homeowner is planning on adding solar to this roof, right? You want to make sure that the structure is has structural integrity, right? Because we don't want to install the solar panels and then years down the line they have to re-roof the whole house. It's going to be not economical in the long run. So I'm going to recommend re-roofing this. But yeah, I will get this out. Thank you.